In the previous video, we ranked our investment plans by taking them all at year 5. We will now run an equivalent analysis, but this time we will rank our plans by calculating their present values. As a quick reminder, we have 4 investment plans, and the different colors over here coincide with those on the timeline to distinguish the amounts offered by each of the plans. Continuing with the analysis, Plan A is already at time 0 and thus in present value terms, so no adjustment is needed. But as was the case with the future value in the previous video, our present value formula still holds, as you can see down here. We just divide the 100 associated with Plan A by 1 plus 0.04 to the 0th power, and you might remember from the previous video that this term equals 1, as any number raised to the 0th power is 1. Therefore, we have 100 over 1, which equals 100. As regards Plan B, it sits at t equals 1. Therefore, we need to discount the $103 related with that plan for 1 year to take it back to year 0. To achieve that, we multiply by the 1 year present value factor or discount factor. You can see the calculation both on the timeline and down here. Similarly, we discount the amount associated with Plan C for 2 years and the one with Plan D for 5 years. Now that we have everything at the same point in time, we can rank them. And as I promised you, we get the same ranking based on present values as we did with the future value at time 5. Because what matters is to take the amounts at the same point in time, not what that point in time is. Again, we see that the most desirable investment plan is C. That's the one we'll choose. Second best Plan A, then B, and finally Plan D. Before we move on from here, there's one important observation I want you to make. How do we base our decision by just comparing the amounts associated with the 4 plans in absolute terms? That is, without making an adjustment to account for the fact that the amounts are in different points in time. Then we choose Plan D, as 120 is greater than either 100 or 103 or 109. But as it turns out, Plan D offers the lowest value. So now, after making this observation, I'm hoping that you can appreciate even more the value of the analysis we conducted. Moving on from here, on this slide, I'm just presenting the ranking based on present values next to the ranking based on the future value at time 5, so that it's easier for you to see that we indeed get the same ranking. Before I close this video, I want to point out that it is most common in finance to base our decisions by calculating present values. In other words, by taking everything at time 0. In this case, we solved our problem that way, and also by taking everything at time 5. The reason we prefer calculating present values is, I would say, because it's much more intuitive to talk in present value terms, in today's terms. Another reason is perhaps the fact that when we refer to the present value, we automatically mean today, at time 0, whereas with the future value, there's no single future value. I could have a future value at year 1, year 2, 18 months from now, and the list goes on and on. I need to specify that. In the present value case, no such specification is needed. Another thing I'd like to do is encourage you to solve this problem by assuming a different interest rate than the one we assumed here. Solve it using an interest rate of 2%, or any rate you like. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because I want you to see how sensitive our final ranking of investment alternative is to a change in rate. Over here, I'm presenting the results based on present values and assuming an interest rate of 2% without going through the calculations in detail. I'm just giving you this in order for you to compare and see if you got the same ranking after you complete this exercise. Notice how vastly different our ranking is in this case, as Plan D, which was previously the worst investment plan to choose, now ranks as the best one. I really hope you enjoyed this problem. Take care.